assassin. There'd be a lot of things I would do. It would be actually, see, it would be fun. You get to live a life of adventure, leave your mark on history.
Yeah.
When are you ever going to have that chance?
That's true. Who's going to remember me 100 years from now? Probably nobody. Who's going to remember me as a king 500 years from now?
Lots of people.
Everyone.
Yeah. People are going to know your name. You're either going to, and you got to go big or go home. You got to either be like super corrupt tyrant who breaks from the Roman Catholic Church,
Mm-hmm.
or like you got to like be super, battly.
Yeah.
Or, super benevolent.
Or just insanely eccentric.
Which I think that's what I would go for. I'd go for eccentric.
Yeah.
Let people, my words are my own, my actions those of my ministers. I'll be off on a catamaran. On the royal yacht. See you suckers later.
You're just phoning it in.
Literally.
Doing royal decree by carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Someone's invading us? Don't let them.
Yeah. Go out and fight the battle. I'll be over here. And if they do beat you, then I'd just be like, well, good job. You win this round. I'll accept exile. I'll go to Switzerland.
Yeah, right.
I'll live it up there on whatever pension you feel is
That's the thing.
fair.
A lot of times they'd either just kill you or they would just buy you out. Like a
Okay.
game of Monopoly.
You know what? This is exactly what it is. Is that you're essentially a CEO in today's world.
Yeah.
You have way too much power.
Golden
parachute. Us getting fired and getting the golden parachute is essentially the same as being exiled to Switzerland
Yeah.
or wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
If you really screw people over, you'll end up in jail or like a really crappy exile on an island where there's really not much going on.
I'd be like, I'm exiled. I get to choose where.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fine. Hawaii.
What's
What
that?
the hell is that? You'd be like, it's gonna take a while. And you said, yeah, I could do it. I need 12 ships. We're gonna go the long way and hit every port we possibly can.
This brings another question to my mind.
This is gonna be the longest podcast ever. I love
It's
it.
gonna be a really long episode. If your kingdom was conquered, would you then use your knowledge that you have now to be like, okay, you've beaten me, that's fine, but I can tell you there are vast riches in this place. I can guide the people there. I know where they are. So if you spare my life and let me, do my thing, then I just, go over to Cuba and hang out and live there.
Yeah.
Start growing tobacco.
Yeah, I imagine that you could. I mean, you saw how opium has affected like mass society. That's all you would have to do is like if you got exiled, you'd be like, all right, I tell you what, I'm gonna be back in 5 years with a ton of gold and a lot of addictive substances to give all of your court, and then we'll see how long you stay in power. Sound good? Here, hit this.
Take a draft off of that.
That's all it would be. You could usurp any throne you want to with just enough gold and highly addictive substances.
That's true. That would be your way to conquer almost everything. Actually, see, that's how you conquer. You don't do it through blood. You do it through business.
Through gift giving.
Through gift giving of opium.
Yeah.
You start having your people grow marijuana and all sorts of drugs, and then you just start like selling them. I mean, this is really unethical. I would be the drug dealer king. I would be a terrible, terrible king.
I mean, this is no different than the Spice Road, both in two ways. One, the Spice Road that went from Europe to China, and also the Spice Road, which is the dark web website where you can buy drugs and have them shipped to you. Same idea. You are getting money and riches and control and power through really giving people what they want, whether it's spices or drugs or whatever. That's your ticket to world domination right there.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like just having a geographical knowledge of the world, like I can't name every single country. I can even name probably 90 countries. But I know the shape of the continents. I feel like that alone would give me a huge, huge advantage.
That's true. And you know where places are good for growing drugs.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Seattle.
This is a really dark episode.
I like
But
it though.
See, what I think is you could go back, you could be successful, but you would have to throw all your 21st century morals out the window.
Yeah.
And that actually brings me to another point, is that what I'm discovering is that, at least for me, I'm not a very moral person. It's actually just that I live in a society that is far more moral. And so, like, you conform. But, like, if I had the power to do anything I want, I'm already thinking, okay, I'm going to go conquer Mexico, take all their gold, start growing drugs to sell to other countries, invent football, make people play it. I mean, I haven't even become king, and I'm already completely corrupted.
Rick lands in the 1500s, just opens up his chest, turns the empathy dial down on his cold robot heart, and that problem's fixed. Let's go conquering.
Let's go Badman.
All right. I think this is a solid. Episode. I like it. It's
I'm not so sure, Daphs.
we've hit
but-
so many hot topics and trigger warnings, and no one's gonna be happy with us at this point. So let's call it a good end.
Oh, I wish you didn't have to work tomorrow because I feel like we need to do so many more takes of this.
I don't know. I like this one.
You like it?
I do.
Wow.
Let's listen to it again. I won't post it for 24 hours. We'll listen to it again, and I'll let Stacy see it. And
Tell her if she thinks that. Tell us if this is way terrible. Yeah, if it's 1, super offensive, 2, just really boring, 3.
I feel like the ladies in our lives really are our moral compasses.
This is true.
All
You
right.
can't say that.
That's
That's
a little bit-
terrible.
What? I don't know. They're good moral people. I'm just saying that we're not always.
No. What I'm being them.
Oh, gotcha.
That's terrible. You can't do that.
But I'm king. I can do anything.
I don't really like the idea of you talking about having multiple affairs.
You know what?
Okay.
I wouldn't stand for that if I were a king.
See, if she came back with me, I'd probably be a lot better king.
Oh my god, can you imagine Stacy as a monarch?
Yes. She would have an iron will. She would definitely be the power behind the crown.
We would have sexual equality real fast and real bloody. But it would be there, and you'd better like it.
She'd be like what is the Game of Thrones chick who's super badass. I can't remember her name.
Cersei?
No. The dragon. lady.
Melisandre? Oh, Daenerys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's super hardcore.
I could see her being Daenerys.
She might be my favorite.
She'll like that. That'll be the biggest compliment. She'll be like, oh, thank you.
Dude, she's badass.
I've made some comparisons to Stacey and Daenerys before.
Now we're just talking about our everyday lives.
Nothing I can say.
I think Molly looks like Katie Sackhoff.
She does a little
The
bit. yeah.
older she gets, the more she looks like Katie
Yeah.
Sackhoff.
Yeah.
It's inexplicable.
Mhm.
Cosplay. I keep telling her we need to go to a Comic-Con.
Yeah. You guys should.
This is really bad. We need to.
Well, we can cut this section off. That's just fine. At this point, it's just dead air. Doesn't matter what we say.
We should do an outro really quickly,
All right, let's do that, and
and
then
then
we can fade it in.
I'll cut it. I'll cut it.
Sound good. That sounds good.
Okay. So, Daphs. Decision time. Would you do it?
No.
Would you be the king
Nope,
in the 1500s?
not a chance. I'm staying right where I'm at. I like me some soap and clean clothes and air conditioning.
I would do it.
I know you would. I know you would. That's why this podcast works so well, because most things that I would not do, you're like, yep, both feet in, let's do it,
Yeah,
guys.
that's true. That's really weird. 'Cause
We-
I'm actually really off on most everything, and you're like, yeah, sure, give me a self-driving car. Yeah, I would go be James Bond and probably live a terrible life. But you're like, no, be the king of a country in 1500. That's too much work for me.
We're very similar, but we are on opposite ends of the spectrum on a lot of these topics. I like it.
All right, well, this has been another episode of the Rick and Daphs podcast. I'm Rick,
I'm Daphs.
and have a good one.
That's
Terrible. I think it's really bad.
You think so? I think this is
I think it's
great.
epically bad, and it's 40 minutes of epically
I think
bad.
this is